My persuasive speech, and here's my audience. In the world today, social media and the internet are looked at as basic necessities in everyday life, whether it's older people doing their work for their job on their computers. A lot of people work from home now. A lot of video chats, video meetings, so you don't even have to leave the office. And a lot of, when it comes to schools, a lot of schools have hybrid classes, like at Broward, where most of the work is online. Even if you go in person, half the work, even textbooks, all online. So the internet's really taking over the world, But now, with social media coming into play, I just want to let everyone know how I feel that there should be social restrictions, especially for people under the ages of 13. Because at the end of the day, what these kids are being exposed to is a little more above their age level. I mention this because I just want to inform everyone on the dangers of what these children are exposed to without any restrictions from their parents. Because at the end of the day, you don't want your kid coming home learning the wrong information from the wrong person, but nowadays there's no way to stop them because there's no restrictions on any of these social media platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, even Facebook. All over social media, you will see that a 2-3-year-old child with an iPad will go on Instagram, Twitter, and they can have the same access to the videos that me and my friends see and laugh about, who are 20, 21 years old, even people older than that. And my point of bringing this up is, if a 3-year-old can see the same stuff a 21-year-old person can, who knows what's going to be out there for that person to see. So it's just not right for these little kids to be exposed to that type of vile humor. Over 20% of kids from preschool to second grade, approximately ages 3 to 6 years old, already have a smartphone or iPad or tablet, which means that once they're stuck to it, they're going to want to use it their whole life, basically. So when they're growing up, they're going to be exposed to way more bad stuff that they shouldn't be exposed to being that young of an age. Other than videos, though, there are also music videos, people who are endorsers and talk about things that they do, such as drugs. Like in the music, you'll hear a lot about drugs, how to sell drugs, how to use them, where to get them, how to defend yourself using violence, weapons. So it's very not good for young kids to be seeing this stuff. One of my first points is, when I was growing up, my friends and I seemed to be maturing at a very regular pace, meaning that all the shows we watched were in our age group, all the music we listened to reflected our age. So there was really obviously that you would have that 1 or 2 friends who had their hacks in the internet and would teach you some stuff you weren't supposed to know, but then again, we always hid it from our parents. But whenever I look at Instagram, it hurts me to see these little kids being exposed and even making videos of themselves with deadly weapons, cursing, listening to songs that are made for audiences at least over the age of 15 or 16. So it just really hurts me to see little kids being exposed to this very, very vile stuff. It just seems to me that it is a very negative attribute to society, being that you have all these little kids growing up thinking that they don't need to wait to grow up. They're seeing these kids who are older than them, and they want to start talking like them, acting like them, doing what they do, being not even older than the age of 6, 7. That's just me approximating an age. But if you're under the age of 13, I believe that you should have restrictions on what you can and can't watch, being that you should not want to rush your childhood, you should want to enjoy it. Because imagine this, now kids in elementary school are going to be cursing, saying the same, singing the same songs, rap songs that older kids are listening to, people in gangs might listen to, and here is a little 5-year-old kid singing the same song, knowing what drugs are, knowing what dope is, stuff like that. So I just think it's very, it's important to get restrictions. How restrictions can help? I believe restrictions can help by simply not making a child rush their childhood. I believe that a lot of these kids who are 6, 7, maybe 8, maybe 10, they all think that they're grown men. They all think that they can do what all these other people they see on Instagram can do. when meanwhile they're just a little kid who's not even in middle school yet. They shouldn't know what a gun is. They shouldn't know what drugs are. They shouldn't know what violence is. It just isn't right to give these kids the same access that older people do, because you can't stop these perverted people from posting dumb stuff, and apparently you can't stop these young kids from seeing it. Which is why, in conclusion, I believe that restrictions are not only a good idea, but that they're necessary for the way the generation is expanding and improving, especially when it comes to technology coming into play. And I think that if we don't get this restriction thing in order, that it can really mess up the way that childhood is perceived. A child is like you. I just believe that if this keeps up, you won't be able to look at a kid and call them a kid anymore, because there's really no difference. So that's why I believe restrictions are necessary in society. Thank you.